Welcome to Cars in Korea. I introduce newly released Genesis Hyundai and Kia cars. And the cars I have behind me today, as you can see, is fully changed 2024 Hyundai Kona and also 2024 facelifted Kia Seltos. And they both have a lot of similarities and also are very strong competitors in the market. So just like that, there's a construction going on, so it's a dead end, and this was the best location I could find given the limited time. So please bear with me and let me quickly go over about these two cars. I just wanted to have a comparison back to back. For your information, I have a detailed in-depth review of both cars. I have a whole bunch of videos on Kona on my channel currently. I've test driven that facelifted Seltos as well. And I also daily drive a pre-facelift Seltos that has a 7-speed dry DCT. So do keep that in mind along with today's review. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. They're actually the best-selling cars in each family in terms of the compact SUV. Kona gets a Hyundai look. That started off first with a Hyundai Staria, next up Grandeur, and Kona got that seamless horizon lamp on the front. And this will be found in later Hyundai cars as well. That's including Sonata. And Seltos also has some horizon aspects in their DRL and also the front look of the car as well. But Seltos actually focuses on what's called the tiger face. This was also evident on the pre-facelift, the car that I have. However, it's more prominent on this facelift model. Another big difference is that Seltos has a gigantic radiator grille. That is just the design of the good old internal combustion engine cars, ICE cars. And also another one at the bottom, come over here, Kona doesn't have one actually. The active air flap that will open and close accordingly, and other grille that is open 24/7 underneath. And you may be curious as to how that was made possible and also the reason behind it. And that is because Kona was designed as an EV from the start, and the ICE came after that. Unlike the predecessor where it was the other way around, the ICE was built first, then later came the EV. And the reason for that is because when there is the radiator grille, which is inevitable for the ICE, as I've mentioned, that causes disturbance in airflow, hence less efficiency for EVs. And also that's the same case for ICE, but it's inevitable. They have to have the radiator grille in order to get the right amount of the air coming in and also cool down the car and fluids inside and such. However, that is taken care of with Kona, and Kona got that slick look for the ICE as well, which is also contributed to better MPG for even ICE. Just so you know, that's only the DRL on top. All the other functions are located right here with the headlights, headlamps, high beams, and that is the turn signal, which is not the case for Seltos. That is the DRL and the headlights in a good old position that we all know of, and that is the LED fog lamps. So there is no fog lamp on Kona, unlike Seltos. And this is the profile. This is that tabooed and forbidden design language in cars, which is triangles. That was first witnessed on Hyundai Elantra CN7, the latest Elantra model out there, and was carried over to Tucson, and we also see that on Kona. And don't be fooled, each car actually has different design on the profile of their own. That design, we might see more of it on future Hyundai car as well, and of course it will be updated and differentiated according to each car. And this is the profile of Seltos, and straight line is used stretching out from the headlights and kind of dissipates in the middle and is carried over to the tail lamp. And what that does is it gives more stretched, longer and robust and also masculine look. The straight line portrays like power. From that alone, we can see there's a lot of straight lines on Seltos, whereas there is more circular, pebble-like curvature designed as a one whole piece on Kona. That seamless horizon lamp is also continued on the rear. That portion is the brake light, reverse light, as well as the turn signal, and the armor cladding is found on Kona. And that has been the identity of Kona ever since the first generation. The headlights were literally disconnected from the one above and one in the middle. And that is carried over to the second gen Kona, as we can see. Actually, we see some kind of a connected tail lamp on facelift Seltos as well, as you can see. So this is what actually distinguishes the facelifted Seltos from the previous one by far. Honestly speaking, not many people would be able to tell a pre-facelift to facelift looking at the car from the front, but it really is obvious if you take a look from behind, because all the rear tail lamps are connected literally. And another difference I would point out is the Seltos is written there, and also it shows if it's all-wheel drive or not on the back with a badge. However, that is now gone on Kona. That is all we will see, all we will get, despite the trim that you get. Well, there could be a difference with the Kona Electric, because there will be pixelated seamless horizon lamp in the middle, and I've actually covered a pre-production model review right here, so go check it out in the card above if you're curious about the Kona EV or Kona Electric. I think I've pointed out most of the differences. I mean, there are different color combinations. I've mentioned this on my Seltos review, but they have a good mixture of very different colors: silver, piano black, the body color of its own, and also just the bare plastic. And that is what, 4 color combination already. And well, that kind of seems to be the case for Kona as well, except for that missing piano black. Another difference I want to point out is that third brake light in the middle, which lights up all the way to the top, and it was actually supposed to light up the whole thing, including the bottom, but with the built-in camera 2.0 that Kona got, there was a bit of a reflection off of it on the camera recorded, so Hyundai actually had to take it out at the very last step. So that is not the case with Kona Seltos. Seltos gets this wide third brake light. This has been the language of Seltos as well, but they have a little bit of an indentation and cut outlet right here, kind of giving that sporty look even on the roof rails as well. Whereas Kona has it all curved and smooth, just like that. But I mean, look at the belt line that starts from there and is connected, carried over to there, and hugs around the car as a whole all together. There is an N-line spoiler. That really looks a badass. I actually do really like it. I'm inserting the footage right now. Tell me how you think, how you like it in the comment below. First in its segment and in class, Seltos facelift. The powered tailgate, and this truly was first in its class, and this by far is the best upgrade that I've seen on this facelift Seltos. Just like Kona, Seltos also, you can lower and dive your luggage screen like this, and even make it further deeper by having it down like that, and you can incline your rear seats in 2 different levels with the clicks over there. So these are mostly the same and similar thing for Kona, but let me show you one different thing. The title was taken by Seltos, getting the automated trunk first in its class. No, actually Seltos got it first, and then later Kona got it too. But Kona can also have it go deep down like so, and the same thing for the inclination as well over there. You can click it in 2 different levels. But one of the best things that I like about the trunk compartment, except for the fact that it got 30% larger than its predecessor, is that you can actually take this out and store it right here using that hinge, and you can actually have it stored along with the rear second row seats. It makes the space really sleek, and also you can take that out to have the extra storage on your trunk compartment. Powered tailgate. Let's go inside and show you about the driver's seat and the cockpit of each car. And I think this is where the biggest differences are between these 2 cars. FYI, they both have the 8-speed automatic. They derived from the 7-speed dual clutch transmission for Seltos, and Kona got one of the best transmissions that Hyundai Motor Group has. Bose premium sound system of the door panel alone is really different from that of the Hyundai Kona. They have the piano black. This is plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap at all. It's really luxurious plastic, I would say. And you also have 2 memory seats right here and self-explanatory buttons. But one difference is that it doesn't have automated window for the passenger seat, where Kona has it. So this is the plastic portion here too. The design of the door panel itself is very different. A powered seats. However, it does not have the relaxation seat unlike Kona. And that is definitely something that I'll be using a lot. Also, there was the relaxation seat on the passenger seat as well for Kona, but that's missing. The steering wheel, it's the good old Ghia type, I should say, and all the self-explanatory buttons. But the biggest difference is right here when you fire it up. That is the 10.25-inch monitor, left and right, whereas Kona gets the 12.3. And I never knew that 2-inch makes that much of a difference. I mean, it's a big difference. However, Seltos gets this HUD. Although it's a combiner type, Seltos gets it, where Kona just doesn't get it for now. Well, we might see it in later model years. So, however, there is none for now. Another big difference I have to point out, I mean, I feel real bad for Seltos at the moment, is that Kona gets a 33 points backed up OTA services. That also includes the GUI of the fully changed infotainment system right here. Another big difference. A little bit of a similarity here is that it's all shift by wire type for both cars, the rotary type for Seltos, and they have derived from a good old shift knob type, and it doesn't take up that much space. However, for Kona, that has moved up to the steering column right here, and it was all storage area right here. So I think that is just incomparable to that of the Konas. So Kona wins big time from the center console in terms of the space and also the storage. Things that we could easily find, and that is also a hidden space, but on the facelift, that is where you can wireless charge your phone. Whereas before, it was just the extra storage. We can see that there's a little this tiny handle, kind of as things that we have witnessed on sports cars, that shows this car is driver centric. Other things, all these detail, I mean, I have fully reviewed the car myself in previous video, but once again, I just wanted to bring it up and show you a back-to-back. And let me also quickly show you the second row seat. This is Seltos. And Kona gets a bench-like second row seats, where literally it looks like a bench with no humps in the middle. So it looks like a long bench as a whole altogether, but not so much of a difference, I would say. They both are fully foldable, and you can fold this down. Again, with two different inclination levels, you can click it using this lever right here, just like that. So that is click 1. Push it down more for click 2. And C-type charging ports, 2 of them on the rear with the air vents in the second row seat as well, which is the same case for Kona as well. Being said, let me quickly show you the Kona second row seat 2 right there. The C ports and the AC in the second row seats. And you can also control it using this lever here too. The best-selling cars from each company. And lastly, the wheel design and the size. I mean, they both have amazing looking wheels. I really like the finish that they have done on the face of each wheels, especially Ghia. I think Ghia has been doing that for quite some time now. That reminds me of Ghia when looking at one. Gotta give a plus to this triangle and also that circular and progressive looking wheel design on Kona as well. All right, so that is it for today. I have more detailed review of that car, the Kona, in my channel, and I'll be making some more, including today's video, but also comparing that car to the first generation Kona as well. So make sure you check it out on my channel. And without further ado, that's it for today. I hope you guys liked the quick comparison of Ghia Seltos and also Hyundai Kona right here. Again, make sure you go check out a full review of each car on my channel. And I'll see you with more videos like this, where I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Ghia cars. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you did, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.